So now that we've had a look at some of the scrapped content, the artwork, and lore behind the designs here and there, let's now continue the story. And to those of you who have never played this crossover before, I can sense your confused glares, but no, I actually do mean it. We are continuing the story. Like I mentioned, the epilogue goes more in depth than any Layton epilogue DLC bout has gone. While they have had, of course, bits where the characters do look back on what happened in the past year, never before have they had a bout of epilogue DLC that spans 12 episodes and literally does continue the story. Alright, I'm taking a look at the music first.
Each represented with an icon to give you a general idea of what it's about. Even have one specifically for Edgeworth. Cute.
Part of the reason I do want a sequel crossover is because I do want to see the ensemble casts of the two series interact as well. Weird that Edgeworth gets Confess the Truth.
No idea.
Now that said, this rendition of the Tell the Truth theme is pretty great. Although, interestingly enough, look at the zoom in. That's Edgeworth's zoom in. Which really does lead credence to the idea that originally Edgeworth was supposed to be a prosecutor in one of these trials.
Oh, well, why would Edgeworth be in the UK?
Well,
people usually mistake him for British.
I guess it would be a case similar to, again, the whole bit of League of Extraordinary Authorities, whatever the fuck it's called. Maybe Edgeworth will be sent as a prosecutor representative.
From what?
Not to mention, we know from both the investigations games and lots of other stuff that Edgeworth travels a lot anyway.
From what I understand, there was supposed to be a DLC case to this game at some point.
Well, it kinda goes in tandem with one thing that I wouldn't mention in my final thoughts, but again, I'm just waiting for there.
I mean, if it's a fear you have about the ending and it's quick...
Not the ending, but the game in general. Like, well, if just to sum it up quickly, I know that it's paradoxical because we're the 65th part anyway, but it feels a bit too short. Like,
yes.
There was supposed to be one case between the Golden Turnabout and the last one.
Definitely. That has always been a feeling I have had.
Either that or one between the Fire Witch and the Golden Turnabout.
Oh, no.
That would pace a bit more.
You're absolutely right that despite how lengthy the game may feel at times, and that is mainly due to how the last two chapters are paced, it does feel like, in a sense, the game is shorter.
Especially because as soon as the Golden Turnabout starts, we basically are cut off into getting to know more about the... Well, okay, not completely because there's the Aftermath Phoenix, but as soon as Phoenix and Espella start to, investigate the courtroom, we basically kiss goodbye to interacting with the inhabitants of Labyrinthia in a more, general way.
Pretty much. It is definitely... It's like I said, once you reach the halfway point of the game, that is where a lot of the cracks start to show. But, now, let us begin the epilogue with Chapter 1, Reunion.
Reunion, or the story of how Phoenix Wright got the money to...
Professor, shall I make the tea?
Yes, this chapter, aka the story of how Phoenix Wright sued whoever he needed
the title screen occurs
to get my window fixed. Not just yet. They should be arriving soon. Let's wait until they get here, Luke.
Right you are, Professor.
But who are they waiting for?
Taxman.
I wonder.
Hello?
I keep forgetting her name.
Betsy Baylor?
No, the girl they rescued in Kiro's Village.
Sorry I'm late.
Flora.
Yeah.
Wow, you're here. Please, come on in.
Layton looks so happy. Oh, wait, no, he does. Good day, Mr. Wright. Couldn't you have come earlier, though? It's 2 in the morning.
Hey there, Professor. Luke, it's been a long time. A year, in fact.
What, no long time no
so we
see?
jump 1 year later. Do we have to read 52 to fill in the gaps?
Indeed it
Yes.
has. I'm delighted you were able to come. By the way, if it's a year later, oh shit, Phoenix, I'm so sorry you lost your career.
We don't like to talk about that.
Hang on, Mr. Wright, where's Maya?
Also,
Wait, hold
Professor,
on.
condolences for the half of your town that's completely destroyed.
Yeah, I know, it sounds incredibly
And
messed
Luke should
up.
be departing for America right now.
Yeah, Luke's visiting now.
No, that hasn't been written yet, too.
Well, okay, well, actually, at this point, technically, it
Like,
has.
do we know how much time passes between the end, the defeat of future Luke, quote unquote, and the departure of present Duke?
So yeah, of course Myra's on a quest for the best fish and chips in the land. Go to Whitby.
You don't say.
Their fish and chips are gorgeous.
Wow, they must taste great there. Yeah, she said she wanted to check out all the different places she can find one by one, so she's going to be a little late. She probably has about 2 or more left to try before she gets here.
Generally, if they're not from a seaside town, don't even bother.
So Swansea then.
Fuck you.
Hashtag shameless plug.
I'm starting to think Maya enjoys eating almost as much as I do.
Well, why don't you have a nice cup of tea while we wait? Would you
If
mind
you want an
making-
exception to that rule, Brighton fish and chips
Wait,
are terrible.
Should I be allowing an 11-year-old to make hot
Yeah,
tea?
that's the joke that I heard people talk about as soon as we saw the design of Luke in New World of Steam. Stops having a British diet of tea and crumpets, actually grows up.
Gotta say, you both seem to be doing pretty
Luke's
well.
hanging out at Denny's.
Thanks. We definitely keep ourselves busy, don't we, Professor?
Yes.
I can imagine you guys have been up to your necks in adventures in swamp with puzzles. Business as usual, huh?
Well, at least I'm still in my
Please
job.
pay no attention to the remnants of a giant robot.
I must admit,
Yeah.
it's fairly close to the truth. And
Yeah.
hey, at least I still have my job.
Are things pretty much the same with you, Mr. Wright? Still up to your neck in objections and swamped with contradictions?
Sure. I guess so. Say, my job sounds really underwhelming when you put it that way.
He doesn't want to admit it.
Yeah, you're a crap pianist now.
Joy?
Hey, what gives? You're all having tea without me?
Wait, who's looking after Trucy?
Huh.
Oh, hiya, Maya.
I'd say Pearl.
Does Maya know who Trucy is? I'm guessing maybe.
Ah, Miss Faye, a pleasure to see you again.
Long time no see, Luke.
Long time no see.
Yeah, I get the line. And I see you're still wearing that classy hat, Professor. How are you guys?
Hey,
My girlfriend passed on without me.
oh my god! Oh my god! Maya, the Cyclops! They're finally breaking around the professor. I now know what's under his hat.
Amazing.
Oh god, that's a lot of baggage.
All the better for your presence, Miss Faye. You remind me of my girlfriend.
Oh.
Never mind.
Oh, by
He
the way.
goes off to cry in his teacup.
Oh, by the way, Layton, I have good news. I found out that my ex, who I thought hated me, wasn't actually my ex who loved me, and I actually realized that the girl who does love me is alive and well. Isn't that great?
Kill the professor, passing the next 20 hours dismantling and say that she was actually a robot.
Even better, I bought takeout for each one of the places I visited. Hope you guys are hungry.
Maya, you're in the UK. It's called
What
takeaway.
money did you borrow, Maya?
It's called
Don't even worry about it.
No,
takeaway,
I am
Maya.
very worried about it. Pounds are terrible in the conversion rate.
They are actually.
I'll second that, Professor. I assume we should be
Okay.
thanking Mr. Wright for the meal.
Yes, yeah, I heard he always pays for it. How can he do that if he's not a... But never mind. I see. So once again, you're here courtesy of the legal... Wait, you should... Wait, what?
That's right. We have a technical exchange trial starting tomorrow morning. Okay. Maybe this happens in that corner pocket after the events of Bridge to the Turnabout, seeing as how there is a gap of time in between that and when Phoenix loses his badge, so...
It's only a few months, though.
Well, funnily enough, both of the investigation games take place within that gap of time.
The Ace Attorney wiki doesn't really count this in the timeline because, again, as much as the referential stuff gives us a pinpoint, it's still very screwy in terms of placement.
It happens in its own little pocket universe.
Okay. Without spoiling, given that Phoenix and Maya technically show up in the investigations duology, which, like I said, one of those games even takes place like a week before the events where Phoenix loses his badge. Technically, there is a wide enough pocket in time for them to have come back in the year round. And since we even see during the investigations games that Phoenix is still a lawyer as well.
Anyway, they suggested to check out what the Labyrinthians are doing.
You see, guys, this trip was actually a foil. So now they're screwing with Phoenix's job back in America.
So basically, this is Ace Attorney is the Red Dwarf of visual novels, and that trying to keep the continuity straight over all these years is a nightmare, and you shouldn't bother with it.
Okay, like I have said, this crossover you can easily fit in for Ace Attorney. You just gotta make sure that the main story takes place most likely in between either Justice Roll and Ace Attorney 3, or it happens in between cases 2 and 3 of Ace Attorney 3.
Oh, it's Espella. Still with the same outfit.
Are you Mr. Herschel Layton?
Oh shit, here we go again.
Oh, yeah.
She lost her memory again.
We're starting over.
Yes, indeed I am. My dear young lady, wait,
we started the game accidentally.
Wait, what happened? We didn't break the cycle.
John?
I have been asked to give you a letter.
You see, guys, this is the equivalent to the Super Mario Bros. 2 Extra campaign.
Well, you see, guys, since people complained about the ending, Takumi and him is like, okay, fine, let's just start over from the beginning.
Yes.
Please, could you read this?
You get a whole new game now.
This letter, it's from Carmine. I'm still in the bloody hospital.
You were supposed to drive me home.
Oh, wait.
Oh, hold on.
What was my next line? I forgot. Better if you... Yeah, how have you been, Mr. Layton?
That was a, perfect performance, Espella. It felt like we'd gone back in time.
So there you go, they were just fucking around.
Wow, guys. Talk about putting on a show.
Come on, Phoenix, have a laugh once in a while.
I'm just not used to breaking the fourth wall like this.
I thought you Americans were all about wacky comedy.
Mr. Wright, Espella, it's so good to see you both again.
I'm not.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, she's really bad at this. So, how do you like the reenactment of our introduction or whatever?
Yeah, you totally had me fooled. I thought for sure Labyrinthia had come down with another case of magic water. If you know what I mean.
You were drinking vodka the whole time?
Yes.
Yes.
What are you saying, Nick? They just reenacted the fateful scene when they first met.
Yes, in typical Layton fashion, the DLC does have incredibly meta dialogue.
I bet the fans could recognize that scene in an instant.
What's unique about this is that it combines aspects to make it clear that this is still technically part of a story. How was I supposed to know? I wasn't even there. Hey, wait, neither were you, Maya!
Incidentally, where is Carmine? I invited him to join us.
Sorry, we didn't program an actual 3D model for him.
Yeah!
Shit.
Oh, that's right. He won't be able to make it tonight.
Cries in Italian.
Alas.
Hey, don't worry, we can invite the actual Italian they modelled in this game.
Everyone playing Pizza Tower right now.
Isn't she in jail, though?
It's only been hey, she might have gotten parole.
He
Really?
was arrested for diamond smuggling, Dweebs.
Well, this world is weird.
Speaking of Kamine, that letter I just gave you is actually a message from him.
So he
If
can
you
be
don't
with us
program
in
the-
spirit.
If you don't program me a body, I won't be joining you.
Let's read it, Professor.
Alright, fine. Milk, bread. Sorry, well,
Wrong message. Dear Professor, it has been a long time. There's so much I would like to tell you, but at present I do not have the time. I'm James Rhodes, you know. I am currently lying in an hospital bed.
after a
Again.
year, Jesus. Axel must have been pretty
Hey,
bad.
I remember
Well,
when I was
Ribs,
lying in a
Ribs,
hospital
Ribs,
bed.
He's called Carmine Accidenti. What do you think
It all
is
happened
usually
2
his
months
shit?
ago.
Oh?
I had just received a new assignment to off towards town when suddenly
You might as well have the hospital.
Coronation
No.
attack.
Oh? What happened?
What happened?
Someone set up us the
I
bomb.
was hit by an oncoming car that crossed into my lane without warning, and I said, I'm walking here!
Of course.
You shouldn't be allowed on the road.
This evening, I tried to sneak out of the hospital because I have no understanding of how the body should heal. But before I could, they found me. Finally, a fictional medium that actually remembers the stuff of it. I'm sorry to say that I won't be able to make it to yours tonight, after all.
Was able to slip this letter out to Espella, though, somehow.
So, hold on.
Alas,
He was
the lights in the ward have been turned off already.
So hold on, you was able to so you managed to escape the hospital without anyone knowing. So
No,
you
no,
went to
no,
the
no,
same
no,
hospital
no.
as
No, you tried but failed.
Yeah.
They found him on the way out.
The only
Never.
words appropriate for such
Well,
a
okay.
situation. Good night, Professor.
Oh, like credits. Well, okay. Ned gets to give credits a better hospital than the one Harry in Book of Harry was in.
Yeah, in general fiction media, Pedro, we've seen countless hospitals that your faithful student Carmine Accidenti.
You know-
We've seen countless hospitals that suck at monitoring their patients.
You know, I have to
Yeah.
wonder, would Carmine be one of the lucky people who actually manages to go uninjured at Action Park back in its, let's call it, heyday?
To be fair, he might...
Yeah.
He might... God.
Who'd have thought Kamine would be involved in another car accident?
To be fair, he might have, he does specifically name a body condition where your bones are very fragile. One of your characters
Again-
in Mass Effect has that.
Indeed. He seems
That's
to
what
be
happened.
a habit of it.
He has the most cruel parents in the world. Why would you name your kid Accident?
That's the
That's
last
his
name.
family
It would be the
name.
family name.
Wait,
Carmine
wait,
is a
wait,
very
no, no.
common name.
Okay,
Yeah,
change
car
that family-
accident.
Okay, in that case, change that family name then.
Yeah, my.
Hold on, go on, Shishiri.
I said he should just change his name. Clearly, it's totally jinxed.
I know, right?
You know, again, this reminds me of when we met a writer called Katharina Junk, with Junk being the last name. Imagine her
wait.
family name literally being Junk.
Is this like in at least the Zack Snyder cut of the Justice League, where each of the members gets involved in like a car accident, except Aquaman who gets involved in a boat accident?
I
Right then.
wouldn't know.
What's here? What would you all say to some tea?
Oh,
What is it, Mr. Wright?
could it be?
It's nothing. Tea does not in any way remind me of a certain other hot beverage which has been splashed onto my face.
It's not coffee.
Oh, that's great. I'm so glad to hear everyone's doing fine back in Labyrinthia.
Oh yeah, I heard Godo was also charged with constant assault of you by throwing those copies in your face, Mr. Wright.
Do you know how many skin grafts Phoenix needed?
Somehow my skin regenerated. Maybe I am just a literal phoenix with how much I have to rise from my own ashes.
Labyrinthia 2. It's like an XT.
That's an awful name.
Plot twist, Morrigan sneaked in his hospital bed and kissed the wounds.
Because
I
she
can
seems
remember.
to have a thing for Phoenix, going off of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Project Cross Zone 2.
I'm afraid not. They really wanted to, but they just couldn't take the time off.
Aww.
Why didn't they just call it New Labyrinthia or something?
Yeah, if we said New Labyrinthia.
I guess they didn't want to go too obvious. Oh, this bit.
Apparently, these special episodes are set to continue for a while yet.
Right, yeah, when these episodes were coming out, they came out weekly with the downloads.
That's right.
This has all just been a stage play the entire time.
The elaborate stage play.
It's like the sorry, go on.
Now then, everybody, shall we begin?
Begin? Begin what, Professor?
Our contract negotiation.
The musical. Oh, nice.
That should go without saying, Mr. Wright. Now that we're all here, it can only mean one thing.
Oh
Puzzle
boy.
solving.
A sequel negotiation? I think I know where this is going.
We need to talk to the execs.
Ah, I've got it. You mean puzzles, don't you, Professor?
Is it like a call to
Puzzles?
Yes.
call to puzzle
Welcome.
solving?
Welcome to Puzzleopolis. Yes, puzzles dropped from the main gate. I mean, specially prepared for our further enjoyment.
How dare you get metal with me?
Oh my god.
Oh, it's been so long. Maya, may I have a try?
No.
I'm always ready for a new puzzle or two.
You didn't let me answer Espella, Luke.
The more I can do before I have to move to this steam
Wait,
bison
me
place,
too.
the better.
I'm up for this.
I didn't even answer. Let me answer to people first.
Everyone's just dogpiling on Layton at this point.
Well then, puzzle time it is. Although, before we start, why don't we all have another cup of tea? If you would, Luke. Shouldn't I be doing it? Luke's the child.
Huh? You have a kid
I mean,
make
tea isn't
your
exactly
tea?
hard to make, and Luke is like, what? 12?
Is something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Not to
No,
not to
nothing
mention,
at all.
Not to mention, Shiroi, Luke makes tea for Herschel all the time.
Yeah.
Literally, during the introduction of the characters in Eternal Diva, Luke even says, I also make tea. So,
Nick, can we, talk for a sec?
What's there to talk about?
We've had so much tea. One more drop and I think I'm gonna burst.
Seriously, what is with these Brits and their overconsumption of tea?
You Americans just have weak bladders.
Yeah.
Okay, that's...
Can't manage one cup without running to
you realize there's also a stomach that also will eventually get full.
I know,
It's not even
right?
Just a bladder.
Well, we're still built different.
Okay, that's a tea river dumping. Tell me about it. Any more tea?
The ocean doesn't need more pollution.
We're gonna head
See? Even Shiroi admits that jumping tea into the river is pollution. That's how bad it is.
If I ever
You
go
know
to
what I
Wales,
meant.
If I ever go to Swansea, Shiroi, I'm gonna take a barrel with a beer keg, like full of tea. See how much you can consume. Let's put your
Bring it on.
Oh.
How right you are, Espella.
Honestly, at this point, I'm surprised the teapot isn't part of the UK flag.
Speaking of a break, how about a nice leisurely puzzle to relax ourselves?
We have several teapots in this house and many, many mugs.
Can you
You have a full barrel of it.
No.
Yeah. Like I said, let's put your theory to the test.
Alright, puzzle time. Puzzle 71, Mixing Master. The princess is attempting to create a deliciously delightful drink using only the fresh juice from the heart containers. Turn knobs on the touchscreen to start and stop the flow of liquid. You must turn 3 knobs in total. The fresh juice mixture should only flow from one of the 5 openings. Be careful not to mix in the rancid liquid from the skull containers, that might mess the tea up. Or give it some extra flavor, if you're feeling daring. Like Amir, who's still alive to this day.
Alas.
Who knows,
I
Tio?
honestly
Maybe he's contributing well to society now that he's settled down with Mary. Oh god, what'll the kids look like?
I mean, considering Mary herself was not particularly that charming, especially
Don't
with her
worry,
goats.
I can handle this.
So the irony is that their kids are going to be drop dead gorgeous, because that tends to happen in anime a
I'm not
lot.
talking physically, but attitudely.
Ah.
She did it, Professor!
She did? Oh, I mean, she did. Well done.
You know, I think I'd rather be full of puzzles than full of tea any day.
Wait, tea?
You
Oh,
can't consume puzzles.
So you
Are
don't
you
want to...
Shiroi?
don't give
Shiroi, you do remember that puzzle number 2 was literally us putting together a cheeseburger, right?
Another cup.
But don't you see,
It was
Shiro,
a
that's
dropped
exactly it.
cheeseburger. That's gross.
But don't you see, Shiro, that's exactly it. Puzzles are immaterial, so you can put in as many as you want. Therefore, they're easier to consume.
Oh my
I
god.
think you're tea for now.
A Brit who recognizes when we've had enough tea?
Oh, have we, Professor? We've never...
Yes.
This will be. So okay, hold on.
Luke,
gonna put it
disagree.
like, so
I think it might be time to try some of those fish and chips instead. Wouldn't you agree, Luke?
yeah, let's try those that things you Americans eat. What is it, like fish and chips? Is it?
It's very British.
It's a British...
Sure. Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes.
AKA
Yeah, well, we also
basically
eat
fish and
chips
fries.
Here, so.
At least it's not beans on toast.
I'm so full. I couldn't eat another chip. By the way, Nick,
Now you're making an effort,
I
Maya.
get the feeling. Hold on.
just how many cups of tea do you think we all go through tonight?
I...
Trick question.
We're
Is
going
this a puzzle
somewhere with
prompt?
this. Maybe.
I get like see, picture this. See, Shiro comes to my place. She starts drinking tea, and eventually I have to go there. Look, don't you think you've had enough?
Let's see
She's
now.
like, no.
We all had a cup when I got here. That makes for a total of 3 cups together.
Trust me,
Come on,
going
Phoenix.
to Alice's family's house, there was always a pot of tea just in the kitchen all the time.
Must suck to be the rare Brit who doesn't like tea.
Well, there's still plenty of coffee.
True.
Then we all had another one each when I got here, which is another 4 cups. That makes
Well,
7
we-
cups in total.
Well, okay. That's at the very least not too bad. You said for a moment there, Shiro, I thought you were gonna say that I think Danny's not a Brit or something, because that's what Brazilians usually do. In Brazil, they usually do the thing. Oh, why do I like football? Because I'm Brazilian. What? A Brazilian who doesn't like football? He's not a Brazilian.
And when I arrived, we all drank one more, which is another 5 cups. That brings the total to 12.
How
Well,
have
split
we-
between all of you, that actually isn't bad, as Pedro said.
Are we done yet, though?
Normally, you only make that number of cups of tea if you're on a building site.
And finally, we all had another cup right before solving that puzzle just now. That's another 5 cups, bringing the grand total to 17 cups of tea. Wait a minute.
Love it.
Wait a minute.
Wow.
17 cups, huh?
Layton's tea bill is going to be enormous.
Here we go.
Yeah, I can't imagine this man's water bill.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Say, Nick,
Say, Nick.
maybe the professor has a rule when it comes to drinking tea.
Yes, a certain rule.
I spiked.
That rule is.
What do you mean?
I laced the tea with truth serum.
You know, something like, I never drink more than 17 cups of tea during any given puzzle. Oh!
Uh-huh.
Now, doesn't that sound familiar?
Phoenix,
I
you
don't
good?
get it.
He's having Vietnam flashbacks.
Yep. My, You might want to think twice about using that kind of Ace Attorney reference here.
Why?
Because it's Kodo.
Oh, I don't like him anyway.
Remember, he only drinks 17 cups of coffee during any given trial.
Well, that's about it for episode 1. We all did our part. Until next time.
In the next episode, we'll be inviting along more of the characters you all came to know and
Quote-unquote love.
love.
Except Bonham.
Hey,
Some of them.
Professor, is it really okay for everyone to be self-aware like this?
I mean, for the granted, you guys don't do it that often, do you?
Ease up, Nick. Sometimes a little self-awareness is fun. Isn't that right, avid video game player? Because this is all just a simulation, and
We're
free
the
will is a lie.
avid video game players.
Maya, stop staring at me.
Use the 3D function of the 3DS.
We'll see you all again next time then. Please do. We literally can do
We've all
nothing.
been playing for too long. Be sure to take breaks.
Just Layton.
Oh
Ah!
god.
Jesus.
All right.
You're trapped in Layton for eternity, only solving puzzles and nothing
Greetings. I am Dahlia.
Sounds like
Yes.
Yeah, see, this was me. Okay, okay, Dwibs, I brought the barrel. 42 gallons of tea. Okay, want to start placing bets? How much of this can Shira go through?
Chug, chug, chug.
Yes, I bet she'll take 3 months.
You know,
42 gallons. Okay.
the ironic thing is, like, well, when we initially did this crossover, I was considering putting in a little side gag with Goto's bit about only drinking 17 cups of coffee. Originally, I opted not to because at the time we originally did this crossover, we had not yet covered Trials and Tribulations. But I figured that after this point, you guys will probably remember that. But I guess in hindsight, I probably could have edited that in for this second
it's
run.
fine.
Yeah, it worked out well. But yes, as you can see, this is the first in a long line of pretty fun chapters, I will say. So, tune in next time for when we see more of the ventures of how characters came to be over the year, and their thoughts on their particular role in the game. Because remember, if you don't check up on them, they're just frozen there, in digital
like in Animal
space.
Crossing, you're probably getting ruined.
Mm-hmm.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.